Hello, everybody, and working on a couple of technical things here, and then I will get started. Okay. Put some of this stuff up. Oh, let's see here. Okay, I think I should be live now. Let's see. Actually, I'm probably going to need to pull up one more thing here. Sorry, I'm trying to go live on multiple platforms at once, which is kind of sometimes a little bit challenging. But that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, for the announcement, we're going to be talking about how to have a healthy and happy thyroid. So let me just make sure that I am up on Facebook here. Let's see here. Okay. And as soon as I can get up on Facebook, then I am going to just launch in and start. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. It's going to push the button to go live. This should work pretty well here. Okay. And let's see, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Happy thyroid is what we're going to be talking about. Sorry for those of you that are watching. I just am not quite completely set up. I had some technical issues. Okay, let's see. I think, oh boy. Should be able to go. Now, let's see here. Okay. Now. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like, okay, I've got a browser issue. I may have to just post this live later on Facebook. I'm not sure that I am on Facebook. I know that those of you that are watching are probably watching on either LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube. So anyhow, let's just get started. So we're going to talk about how to have a healthy and happy thyroid. And actually, I think I can do it this way. And sorry, I promise in the future this will not be that way, but let's see. Okay, I think we're getting ready to stream on Facebook. There, we got it. Okay. So now I should be up on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And like I said, I'll also be posting an edited version recording. So with no further ado, let's get started. Okay, so today, like I said, I'm going to be talking about how to have a healthy and happy thyroid. And so the first thing you want to think about is, do you actually have a thyroid problem? And I would say that if you suspect that you have a thyroid problem, then you probably do. That's just the reality, is that There are a lot of people out there with thyroid issues, and so if you suspect that you have one, then you probably have one. And what you want to do though is you want to make sure that you actually get diagnosed and that you get the proper lab work to actually understand and really be aware of exactly what kind of thyroid problem you have. So that would be the first step, is not just assume, oh well, I have a lot of these symptoms, so I know I have a thyroid problem, but I'm not really going to worry about getting a specific diagnosis. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One of the reasons being that you could just have low thyroid, or you could have high thyroid, but you might not actually have an autoimmune condition, or you could actually have an autoimmune condition. You actually have the autoimmune condition. 80% of all autoimmune diagnoses in the United States are actually Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disorder of the thyroid. So that's really a lot of people out there who have autoimmune conditions with the thyroid. And there's also Graves' disease, which is the opposite of Hashimoto's and is an autoimmune condition. It's not as common, but it does still exist. So you definitely want to get a real clear picture of exactly what's going on with your thyroid before you can take any action steps and determine what you want to actually do about your thyroid problem. So that's just a couple things to think about, and some of the symptoms that may be indicating that you have a thyroid problem could be things like difficulty losing weight, even though you are already taking all the actions that you should be to lose weight. Also, if you have trouble sleeping, you could have a thyroid issue. If you have problems with your temperature, like you're either too hot or too cold, or a lot of pain, especially like pain like in the neck and thyroid area, that can be a big sign of a thyroid problem. So anyhow, in order to have a happy and healthy thyroid, the first thing that you have to do is get a proper diagnosis and know what it is you're dealing with. And then a couple of things to also consider is that a lot of doctors don't really know what else to do other than give you thyroid medication. And if you do need the medication, and sometimes you will need it, sometimes you won't, it can be kind of a debate about the medication and the need for it or not. But if you do end up actually needing thyroid medication, then you want to make sure that you get on the right dose. And that's really the main thing that a lot of doctors are going to be able to help you with. They're not really going to be able to assist you with a lot of other things. And typically, especially once you've been on the medication for a little while, you will start to realize that thyroid medication in and of itself is just simply not enough. You're going to need to have other things to help assist you other than just the medication. So, what are some of these other things that you want to do in order to help assist yourself in having a happy, healthy thyroid? Well, one of the first things you want to do is engage some other professionals besides just a regular doctor. So, some common ones that are recommended, things that I have gone to, would be like functional medicine doctor. So, this would be like a doctor that specializes in diet and nutrition and really will delve deep into the cause of why you have your thyroid problems. Also, potentially some kind of like health coach, nutritionist, chiropractor, acupuncturist. In fact, a lot of chiropractors and acupuncturists can be more helpful than medical doctors when it comes to thyroid issues, because a lot of them really know a lot more about it, and a lot of their therapies and supplements and things can really help a lot. So that's the first thing you want to consider, is what other professionals should you be hiring above and beyond those, just a regular traditional medical doctor. Okay, then the next thing you want to look at is your diet. And this is one that can be controversial. There's a lot of different diets out there. There's things like the autoimmune paleo diet, there's just a regular paleo diet, there's keto, there's gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, which is what I'm currently doing. But there's, all different kinds of diets. And this is a process that's going to take some experimentation. You're not just going to all of a sudden find out you have a thyroid problem, then all of a sudden just know what diet it is you need to go on. There are, like I said, there's a lot of varieties. I recommend that gluten and sugar be two of the first things that you give up. And for a lot of people, you'll also need to give up dairy as well, although some of you may be able to go back on dairy eventually after a year or two. And some of you may be able to do some small amounts of gluten, like with sourdough bread, that kind of thing. But gluten, dairy, and sugar typically are going to be big triggers for autoimmune flare-ups and thyroid issues in 99% of people that have them. And then there's also, you want to research what is called goiter-centric foods. So these are specific foods that can cause thyroid issues, goiter problems, which is where, you have in that neck area kind of an inflamed type goiter thing. And there are things that you wouldn't suspect. So it can be even things like the ancient grains like millet and sorghum, which are really common in a lot of gluten-free breads, or things like peaches and strawberries can be goiter-centric. Also, any greens that are not cooked, not including celery or lettuce. So it would be things like raw spinach, raw broccoli, raw kale, things like that. So you can cook them, but you don't want to eat them raw. So there's just different things like that that you want to take into account when it comes to diet. Then the second thing is you want to remove a lot of the toxins from your life. So a lot of us are exposed to a lot of toxins, whether that's through things like skincare, even things like toothpaste can be toxic, even your bed mattress can be toxic. I actually have a podcast all about autoimmune healing, and a couple weeks ago I did an episode specifically on the toxins in bed mattresses. So if that's something you're more interested in, reach out and let me know, and I can get you the link to that. But there are just a lot of toxins that we're exposed to, and a lot of these toxins, we really need to do what we can to get rid of them, because some of these toxins actually can be the main reason that we are having problems with our thyroid. I mean, that's just the reality, that a lot of these toxins are causing us a lot of these issues. So, realistically speaking, you're not going to be able to get rid of all the toxins in your life, but, you want to do what you can to get rid of as many as you can. And this is something that I can help you with if you reach out and let me know. Then the next thing you're going to take a look at is supplements. Now, there are a lot of different supplements that you can take out there to help support your thyroid. I have a specific one that I order online for the thyroid that has really helped me a lot. If you want to know more details on that, again, you can reach out and let me know. Also, I found that turmeric and taking a turmeric supplement, because of its anti-inflammatory properties, has really, really helped me a lot. And, just doing some testing. So this is, again, goes back to the labs and the medical, to find out what kinds of vitamins and minerals you might be deficient on and what kinds of things you might really need. Selenium is another one that a lot of us that have thyroid issues really need more of. Then the next thing you want to take a look at is your self-care. And self-care is sometimes underrated. A lot of us just think, oh, it's just reading a book, a nap, going to get a massage every once in a while, that kind of thing. But really prioritizing your self-care and your self-love can really help with a lot of autoimmune disorders, because another root cause, besides the toxins and the diet and things like that, for a lot of autoimmune conditions is if you have problems with your self-care, your self-love, your stress in your life, all those kinds of things. And so really prioritizing self-care can help. And I will put a link when this, and actually, let me do that now, actually. I will try to put links. I don't know that I'll be able to put the links everywhere. So depending on where you're watching, we'll put the link here. But it's annalarbrown.com/self-care is the capture page where you can go and get your free copy of my 30-day self-care journal and template. And so, I highly recommend that you go there, that you check it out. You will then end up on my email list. So I will be sending you some of my newsletters, some of my different tips on different ways to support yourself through your journey of healing with it, whether it's your thyroid or, you have some other autoimmune challenges. The healing process can be pretty similar. And so you'll just want to go ahead and check that out. So anyhow, so self-care. So then the next two things that I have on this list, so the next one is infrared, whether that's infrared sauna and or infrared therapy. And they serve a little bit of a different purpose, but you can get an actual infrared sauna in your home. There's all different kinds. I personally have the Therasage personal infrared sauna. If you want more info on that, again, reach out to me. But there's also other kinds that you can get. You can also go to a facility like a spa or different health facilities. Like here in Utah, they have a couple of locations of a place called Restore. And then there's also the Restore is located in other states around the country. And I think they might even be up in Canada as well. But just find a different facility where you can go do infrared sauna. But personally, I recommend if you're going to do it on a regular basis, you need to have one in your house. And yes, they are a little more expensive. The portable one I got it on sale. It was about $1,100. So, it's something you may have to save up for, but it's definitely something you want to have in your house if possible. And it's just really, really helps with reducing a lot of inflammation in your body because one of the root causes, again, of thyroid disorders is that you have too much inflammation. And so if you have too much inflammation, then that's going to cause a lot of problems. So you want to reduce that, and one way to reduce that is through infrared. So the infrared sauna, and then there also are some cheaper options you can do, like an infrared light panel, an infrared lamp. I actually have both of those because I actually bought those and had those for quite some time before I had an infrared sauna. And those are nice because you can target a specific area of your body. Like if you're having some pain or discomfort or inflammation in a certain area, you can target that spot specifically with that infrared light or infrared lamp. Like, just to give you an idea, I don't have this anymore because I do so much infrared and, diet changes and other things like that. But previously, I used to have, like, I would have just a lot of shooting pain that would come out of my thyroid area and my neck area. And I would shine my infrared lamp, because that was what I got first, directly on the spot. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, the pain would literally just go away. So it definitely really is super helpful to have that. And then last but not least, of course, is essential oils. And I'm not going to go into detail on essential oils here. If you want to talk a little bit more about how essential oils can be used to help support your thyroid, then reach out and let me know. I'm just including them on the list here because they have really been helpful to me. This is one of those things that requires a more custom approach. And no, you can't just use essential oils to automatically heal your thyroid. They're not a cure for any specific thing, but they can definitely help assist in supporting your thyroid and your journey to healing. So anyhow, I hope that you have found this information helpful. Like I said, if you need more information about any of the things that I've discussed or want to have a discovery call and talk about some of the things that I could do to help you implement a diet change or things like that, reach out. Let's have a conversation and take care. And I look forward to hearing from you soon.